Alright, guys, you are here for your first AEW Dynamite review on the channel. My name is JD Storm. I'm here doing my first ever Dynamite review. This is the first time ever doing it, so I hope you guys enjoy and sit back, relax, because we're going to talk some AEW Dynamite wrestling here tonight. So, to start off, the first match of the night was the TNT Championship with Cody and the surprise opponent, which was A.E. Kingston. A.E. Kingston comes out with a scathing promo, a really intense promo from this man. This man literally, I didn't know who this guy was, but I became a believer and am hoping AEW signs this guy literally night one. All right, because this is string rule, not string rules. This no DQ match for this TNT title was bloody insane. This man pushed Cody to probably the best TNT title match he's had since probably Jungle Boy, or I'd probably say Mark Quinn. There was intensity to this. There was a hardcore old age Ring of Honor feel to it. There were thumbtacks to this. Freaking Cody got whipped with his belt again. And not to mention, there was of course blood. It's a Cody match. It was blood. But oh man. But luckily for Cody, I was thinking because I could not see where he got injured, so I thought he was legitimately hurt at first, but apparently it was a work. But A. Kingston's knee actually ends up giving out on him, and he ends up actually put into the figure four, and also his back goes into thumbtacks as well. So of course he is forced to tap out, which ends the match. Cody is still your TNT champion. Next up is the Moxley promo, basically going into Brian Cage and Taz, telling that Brian Cage, hey, next time I put that arm bar in, I am going to pop your bicep out. I'm not going to let go. Don't mess with me again. And after that promo, it goes into MJF versus Jungle Boy. Actually, this match was pretty good. It was a jobber match, but it still did the job it was supposed to do. MJF versus Cody, MJF versus Jungle Boy. Well, Griff Garrison. So if you guys don't know, that's kind of the storyline that's going on right now. Is Griff Garrison looks like Jungle Boy, just a little bit like a taller version of Jungle Boy, which is pretty funny. So partway during this match, MJF actually ends up, to basically sum up before, MJF is counting himself as undefeated. Griff Garrison tells him that, hey, you are not undefeated because you lost your tag team match at freaking Fyre Fest, which is true, but unfortunately, of course, singles record is still undefeated. So MJF mid-match ends up basically putting a microphone up to him. It becomes like a pseudo like style of like an I quit deal where he's like, you say I'm undefeated, and he basically eventually, after enough wrenching of his hand, basically torturing this man, ends up basically saying, yeah, you're undefeated, and throughout the match you have the babyface comeback, of course. And then MJF ends up hitting the Heat Seeker, which is a springboard rope pile driver, which gets the win. Next segment up is Britt Baker, which she has been a awesome heel in AEW so far. I wish she could get some super kick lessons, because I still want to see some better super kicks from her. But she comes back out with the conspiracy theories and everything. How to be a role model. I guess it was kind of like a continuation of what she was doing and like the first time she got injured. But she compared herself to Michael Jordan, Rocky. A little too soon. I wouldn't even say Adam Cole was Michael Jordan, let alone Britt Baker, but hey, you get what you get. But this promo basically summed up that Britt Baker is coming back in at All Out. She will be returning. I think will be against Big Swole, which will set her up as the new #1 contender post All Out to face Shida or whoever is champion by then. And then, which by the way, this was a good segment. Next up is another segment. Brian Cage and Taz come out to the ring. Taz is basically saying why he did what he did, why he threw in the towel last week in the world title match. He basically says Brian Cage was about to fire him, but he made a business decision, and Brian Cage eventually understood that, so they are still together. And Brian Cage basically is being, talked up as why he's the FTW champion, why he wouldn't have tapped out if he wasn't going to tap out when he threw in the towels. That's why he did it. And suddenly Darby Allin comes out. Darby Allin comes out, and right when he gets close to the ropes, he gets his butt kicked by a Ricky Starks. This man is officially heel. He is absolutely heel, pardon the pun. He gets completely beat down. Brian Cage, I believe, delivers some moves. Ricky Starks hits his finisher. I don't know what he calls it. Maybe the absolute power slam, something like that. I don't know. I haven't paid too much attention. But that leaves that, and then Jon Moxley comes out, saves Darby Allin, and then that sets up the tag team match for next week, which will be a 2-on-2 match. World Champion Darby Allin versus Brian Cage and Ricky Starks with Taz in the corner. So that should be a pretty good match. Next is the announcement of the 8-team Women's Tag Team Cup, which will be called the Deadly Draw. It will be throughout the summer, probably with a culmination at All Out, I'm guessing. So we possibly could get 3 women's segments at All Out, which would be completely amazing, in my opinion. So the 8 teams for the 8 teams for the cup will be, of course, Ali and Brandy, and they showed Nyla. They showed, they showed Nyla. They showed Penelope Ford. They showed Big Swole and a lot of others, and Anna Jay, and they were all basically saying they have to work together with people and everything. So we don't know who their tag team partners are quite yet, but we soon will probably start figuring that out. Next up is the Young Bucks versus the Butcher and the Blade in a Falls Count Anywhere match. This match was freaking insane. These guys were basically all over the AEW facility. They were starting in the meat facility. Young Bucks let the Butcher and the Blade, because they were cutting up their meat and everything, they let them wash their hands before getting into this fight. Because listen, COVID's out there. Listen, you can't deny it. We gotta keep doing our part. So they let them wash their hands before they got their butts kicked. Butcher and the Blade ended up losing this match to a double spot table setup, elbow drop, swanton combo on each individual from each buck on both sides, off of the top of like the entrance ramps ways. And my god, that was amazing. So this match was entirely amazing. If there was any match that you guys got rewatched, this is probably the match, because this match was completely amazing. But next up is the Lance Archer promo, where he basically just kills a bunch of randoms. He literally, so someone literally comes up to him, interviews him, and he gets pissed off, brings him to the locker room, just starts punching guys, throws one guy into like the freaking locker room the lockers and everything in the corner. Then he picks one guy up, throws him into the ceiling. Freaking head goes straight through it, and then throws another guy and like picks him up, throws him into the garbage can, probably where he belongs, but and completely just completely destroys all these guys. I don't even think I've seen these guys on Dark, to be honest with you. But that is pretty much what happened there. And then next up, we have our actual women's action here. It'll be Iva versus Dynamite. Dynamite has been on AEW Dark and on Dynamite, I believe, a couple of times. And Iva is making her debut. She is from Lucha Underground. And she is actually a really good pickup for AEW if they signed her. Because she is money. This match was pretty much an intense slugfest. There were a couple botches, but this match was freaking insane. It was hard hitting. It made these women got the spotlight they deserved. If you didn't know who these women were beforehand, you definitely will now. These women are great. They basically killed it out there. I can't wait to see what they do next with Iva. I'm pretty sure Tony Khan confirmed that we will see more of her. Diamante is going to be next week. She's going to be on AEW Dynamite facing Shida. Not for a title. Not for the title. So this should be a good showing. See what she can really do with the champion. And yeah. I give that match it was a good match. Next up is 5 versus Hangman Page. On my notes here, I accidentally put Page versus Hangman. Probably should have. It probably would have been a better match, but it was pretty much a squash match. Excuse me. Alan Angels, or 5, is a good wrestler, but right now in the Dark Order, he's doing his part. I'm pretty sure all the Dark Order members are really doing their part, but I'm really enjoying their stick. They don't need to be champions right now, because it's not really needed, especially since Uno and Grayson are really the protected ones out of the group along with Brody Lee. Those are the 3 that are really protected. The others, I could care less about. But Hangman and 5, Hangman of course wins this match. But after the match is where it gets interesting here. Because Hangman, Brody Lee ends up coming out and basically talking to him and basically says, hey, it's kind of funny that you're out here by yourself. Where's Kenny Omega at? He's not around here. It's like, if I was your friend, I would have been out here, especially since you're at odds against like 5 or 6 other men or whatever. And Adam Page just basically looks like he's about to fight. Brody Lee is like, listen, I'm not trying to fight. I want you to join us because we can be your friends. We can be your backbone. We can be those people that have your back no matter what. We'll actually protect you, this and that. And Heyman basically ends up saying, listen, I ain't about joining the cult. And, and Brody Lee, of course, ends kayfabe, doesn't like it. He ends up, all right, it's like, well, he's like, all right, that's fine. But listen, I warned you. Walks away. Ends up going to the to Evil Uno, whispers in his ear, and tells Evil Uno, basically, jump this guy. Takes Colt Cabana. It's like, come on, man, you don't want to see this. Takes him to the back so he doesn't have to see it, and basically just completely starts beating down, like the rest of the members, Grayson, Uno, all of them, they start beating down Hangman Page, and the ones to the rescue are FTR, who, if you notice in a couple weeks leading up to this, they have been really friendly with Hangman Page, and Hangman Page has been really friendly with them, even citing their side over Omega. He's been drinking with them, he's been doing all that stuff, and Kenny Omega is kind of starting to feel a little slighted from his tag team partner. So that's actually what ends up happening there. FTR make the save. Kenny Omega comes out a little bit later, like trailing a little bit behind FTR, but by the time FTR gets there, the situation's handled, and then Kenny Omega kind of looks like a jerk, kind of, for like not being out there sooner and protect his tag team partner. and that's where that goes. And I think, and I'm pretty sure, Evil Uno and Grayson are gonna be facing Heyman Page and Kenny Omega for the tag belts next week on Dynamite. So that should be a really good show, and a really good match. And I don't know, Dark Order could win the belts, and maybe it sets up FTR versus Omega and Page. Maybe go that direction. Maybe they defend the belts. Maybe FTR face them at All Out. That's when they break up after they lose the belt. Any way it could happen. Any way it could happen. They got infinite possibilities. So that leaves us with the main event, which is Chris Jericho, Chris Hagar versus the Jurassic Express, or Jurassic Express. That's Jurassic Express. Yeah, pretty sure that's their name. Don't kill me if I'm butchering it. But they basically go against them for the rest of the TV time. Jake Hagar and Chris Jericho end up winning the match. Chris Jericho wins off of a code breaker. And the way we got to that actually is Serpentico ends up basically attacking Luchasaurus with a baseball bat to the back, and Chris Jericho allows him to hit the code. Well, Chris Jericho hits the code breaker after that, getting the 1, 2, 3. At first I was like, Serpentico. I'm like, oh no, it's like, I don't know. Well, they do have a spot to fill since Sammy's not there right now, so I don't know. Maybe this is all right. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Serpentico busts out a shooting star. I was like, oh shit, man. I knew Serpentico was pretty impressive, but dang, that looks like a Sammy Guevara shooting star. And lo and behold, Serpentico unmasks himself, and it is Sammy Guevara. Sammy Guevara is back in AEW. The Inner Circle is complete. And they basically start beating down the Jurassic Express. And out comes the Best Friends and Orange Cassidy to make the save. This sets up the 5v5 match for next week's Dynamite, where we will see the Inner Circle reformed, realigned with each other, facing against Jurassic Express, minus Marco Stunt, I believe, with Orange Cassidy and the Best Friends. So that should be a pretty good, 10-man tag match? So, should be fun. But that basically is the whole show. This show was really amazing. I had fun. I'm hoping that they do follow through with the women. The women had a good showing this week. They have been on fire since she has been champion. The tag belts are good. The TNT title is being made more and more prestigious by the day. The world title is, right now, we don't really know who the challenger is, but we can assume MJF is going to be the challenger all out. That's going to be amazing. So AEW is on the right steps of where we want to see them go. So this should be fun. Next week should be even better of a show, especially since the tag titles are on the line. We got a top tier women's match that's going to be there. 5-5 tag match. And then, of course, we're probably going to get more interesting stuff. So this was pretty much it what I have to say. I hope you guys enjoyed this first review for AEW Dynamite. We'll see about next week and everything. I'm hoping to keep doing this stuff and everything. Hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you on the next one.